if you guys want to do a podcast in here, don't get me canceled.
Okay, well, I'm not going to say anything about
Just don't say anything.
In the trans nest.
Yeah,
right now.
don't call it the trans nest. Call it like the trans palace. Sounds a little bit.
It's a nest. They're like spiders.
Yes.
Well,
And,
one does live here, and she's amazing and beautiful, and we love her.
Absolutely. She was on the podcast, so I think
Joni,
we
Strawberry
have
Money.
the trans
Check her out.
card, as they say.
Yeah, Saltine might not love her after the crimes against him that we unveiled.
Yeah, on the Patreon 5, you got to check that one out. It's crazy what we unveiled, but I guess you should just tell everyone.
Yeah, Joni masturbated on Saltine while he was asleep. That's fact.
Correct.
What?
That's case closed. It's over.
That's not fact.
It's fact. Case
You wanna
closed.
comment
Going
that
on the record
Saltine's
right now
pictures?
as denying that.
Okay, well, if you want to comment that on Saltine's pictures, I'm not going to have anything to say if that's good or bad, but
I'm just saying it wasn't her. I'm not saying that it wasn't anybody.
okay.
Yeah.
It's possible.
It was him.
I don't
Could have
know.
been. Another member of the LGBTQ community. You know, we are in what do you think this is, a 110-year-old house right now?
1908.
1908. I'm pretty close.
Holy shit, that's very close.
Thank you. In the middle of Hollywood.
Mhm.
My audio sounds a little weird. I imagine there's going to be something wrong with this podcast. I'm just making myself comfortable with that idea. Sounds like I'm in a shed talking acoustically.
It sounds interesting. I'm hoping that in the post it'll sound good.
I doubt it. Listen, so Brooks, we're in a 110-year-old house. This might be a word you're uncomfortable with, but it is crawling with trans people. Crawling.
Something about this house.
Infested.
Infested.
The ghost
Something about
of
this
them?
Well,
does
not
that
just
make
that.
you uncomfortable?
It's kind of like when you're in a civil war kind of, a piece of land that there was a little battle on. You can feel the death.
Yeah. You know, people who walk Gettysburg oftentimes have experiences with the supernatural, and I don't feel it's any different to be seated here.
What'd you get with a trans person? Be honest.
What do you think?
With a BBL?
I think
yes.
I think yes.
A trans person with a BBL.
I think yes.
I would get with a trans man who is a biological woman, 100%. I'll call you whenever you want.
If you want to see dicks so badly, why not see one on a girl and then fuck her too?
Wow, Brooks. See, this is... I forgot about Brooks's, as Lou Reed would call it, walk on the wild side. Brooks has had many trans women in his life, and that makes every joke we're saying here okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
As long as there's a trans...
And we have a
fucker.
girl who lives here and is been on the pod as well, so I think you've checked all your bases. I think we're good.
Yeah, and if
Just the trans palace though, not the trans nest.
It's the nest.
Okay.
It's the
nest. There's a trans nest.
You know, you call it one
Noises.
thing, I call it something else. Tomato.
Many,
it's
many
fine.
years from now, they will call this era of the podcast the trans nest era.
Yeah.
No doubt. And that's okay.
And it's going to end when somebody's covered in semen.
Yes. And more likely, hopefully, it's Saltine. I don't know how he's going to stay in Los Angeles, but I'd like to get him in here sometime because within a matter of 30 minutes.
They'll come.
I can't believe he paid rent for 1 month though. To be honest, like I
Wow.
really trusted him. How he was like, yeah, man, I got it. But don't worry about it, man. I'm gonna give you the money. Use it. Then he pays for 1 month.
At the beginning, when I first met him, he didn't fumble or crumble that much, but he started crumbling and then fumbling more and more as I got to know him.
You know, he fumbles and crumbles when it comes to his finances, but when it comes to giving us bits on the channel,
He
Mhm.
doesn't fumble or crumble.
he always picks up at least 10 yards. But I found Dino sleeping in Austin's bed
Oh, that's weird.
recently. Like, you guys are so homophobic, but you sleep. And also, you were sleeping upside down, so your face was in his foot juice,
Okay.
What
Which
the
is-
hell, man?
which is fetishy and kind of gay.
I know that one fan will probably reach climax to just that idea.
It's fucked up. And he's my brother, bro.
Yeah, you don't have a brother. You don't have a brother, right?
No, I don't. I wish I did.
There's something about brotherly love. It's not gay, you know. Sometimes you just want to sleep in your brother's bed,
Yeah.
you know.
I wish I had a brother. That'd be nice. I would probably double team a girl with my brother.
I was at the Real World audition at Santa Barbara when I was trying to be famous after college, and I did terrible at it. But there was this black guy who made the next...
You gotta tell me more about this.
Well, they were just like, write some fun experience you had in college and shit.
You must have been such a douche.
I was just writing stories about getting pussy,
Oh, my God.
and they didn't like it at all.
Can you share one of the stories you shared with them?
I told them that I told them the CF&M story where I just like went 2 doors down in the dorms and pulled my cock out for a bunch of.
Yeah, actually, usually those shows they're trying to cast the biggest. That's how we know we're in the proper neighborhood. A guy just walked by in front of the house with a keffiyeh fucking Palestine scarf.
Wear those headphones instead.
We got that's great. Just now, not only are we in a trans nest, we're in a neighborhood sympathetic to terrorism.
Well, you have it protected by one of God's chosen people here.
Who's that?
That's right, he's a Jew, dude. We got a Jew.
It's deep in my blood, even if I don't practice the religion.
So we're in a house with Jewish and trans people surrounded by Hamas.
Yeah.
We're fucking dead.
No, we got it. We got it. We're not. Trust me, we're safe in here.
It's called LA, dude.
Yeah.
It's called LA.
So,
Well, I was
usually they love douchebags on
Yeah,
those
they do.
shows. Like, the more likely you are to have sex with a fat girl and then fight another guy,
Right.
the more likely you are to get the job.
Correct, but I for some reason I was not well liked at this audition. They were just like doing like interviews in front of everyone, and the girl was just like, "Oh, that's interesting," like making like rolling her eyes and stuff. I was like, "Okay, I'm not getting this." But then this guy made it to the next level. This guy made it to the next cut. He made the cut. This guy, who was a black man, and he goes up there. He's like, "Man, me and my brother, we're from the Bronx, and we love double teaming bitches together."
Nice.
And they were like, "Oh my god!" Like this is fun.
They were ahead of their time as far
They
as
were way ahead of their
racial preferences.
Yeah.
Was his brother there?
Yes. And they were, and it was like, and then they were like, and then the male interviewer was like, "Do you guys think that's kind of gay?" And they're like, "Hell nah, man, we ain't gay and shit." They're like, "Well, you have sex with girls together at the same time. That's sort of gay." And they were like, "Man, hell nah, man, we ain't gay and shit." The typical, reaction that white
They're
gives.
It's not gay.
But it was brothers double team chicks together. And
Yeah.
they made it to the next cut, and I didn't.
I'm just amazed that a producer on MTV, this was a time when you could accuse somebody of being gay. Like, hey, man, you two brothers think that's a little bit homosexual?
Yeah.
That was a different time, Leo.
It's a completely different time. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Now,
It's
just
a
fun.
better time.
Do you know, how are you on the couch right now? You haven't been involved with this podcast for like 3 months, and suddenly you're just here.
Will finds a way.
And you're
found
very
out that we were
quirky,
coming
too.
here. He's really getting bi curious lately. So
Honestly,
he's
honestly,
looking for his way back into this house.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if Dino got hit in the mouth and he stumbled into Gaza, he's dead. He's a Palestinian boy. Look at him. He's the most Palestinian looking
It's
boy.
the
I've ever seen
goatee.
in my
It's
life.
the goatee.
If he couldn't speak, they would just like he'd be stuck in Gaza forever.
I mean, you basically share all the beliefs that a fundamentalist Muslim has. I mean, hating gay people, hating women, don't think they should be educated.
That's true, but I wouldn't bow to their statues and then they'd execute me.
Okay.
But other
That's
than
the
that,
one that
I
you
think
wouldn't
we'd
do.
get along pretty well. We'd be shooting AKs and shit.
What statues do you have to bow to? Yeah, AKs, that's great.
Like that giant Fortnite cube, the Mecca, and like
The giant Fortnite
Okay,
cube.
Mecca.
yeah.
There's something over in Saudi Arabia, Mecca. I don't know what they actually bow to. Is it like the wall of a temple, the Muhammad?
There's a stone on the inside of the cube that everyone wants to go up and touch and look at.
Because Muhammad did something with it, right?
It came from like an
fingered
angel or something.
It was like some sort of like anal bead.
Yeah,
I think
so.
they think the Ark of the Covenant is inside of there.
What's the Ark of the Covenant? You're off mic.
I
not
believe this was in Indiana Jones.
Mhm.
I believe.
Yeah, they created it.
What's the Ark of the Covenant?
The Ark of the
It's-
Covenant is basically a biblical artifact that is said to have power to like I think it destroyed a city, right? In
They
the
like
Old
kept the
Testament?
10 Commandments in it or something,
Yeah.
and then if anyone touched it or even saw it, like you'd immediately die. So they had to, like,
Yeah, they
put
melt
on,
it.
like,
It
a
melts your
giant
face
curtain.
off.
And then the Muslims took it? Or is he just fucking with me?
I don't think it's in the Mecca.
The Muslims
Okay.
think they have.
You're-
They think
It's
they have
Muhammad's
it.
anal bead.
Harrison Ford gets it at some point.
Okay. Do you think they're all there in Saudi Arabia because of Star Wars?
Indiana Jones, Danny.
Oh, okay, I got the wrong one.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Another good franchise, though.
Not anymore.
Not
Yeah.
anymore.
And
I
about
agree with that.
80% of your net worth is tied up in its own.
Oh, that's not true.
Oh no. Are you?
What? I'm heavy in the diz.
No.
Oh yeah, I got
It's-
some.
dude,
That's
you better-
why he wanted to come to the trans.
Are you happy
Oh,
that
yeah.
they're bringing Yoda back?
Of course,
Dude, that's gonna be good for your
I'm
stock.
very sad that Tinkerbell's gone, though.
Well, no one gives a fuck.
I always had fantasy stuff.
Yeah, I bet you did.
What? I
You know,
think a little
You have a
bit.
fantasy
little
with
tiny
a,
penis.
what did she get, like flying to your cock? Like,
No,
how's that gonna
she
be
could make
pleasurable?
herself big. You didn't see Hook. She made herself big. It was Julia Roberts. And that's what.
Rufio. I feel like you're Rufio. Rufio.
A great Hook is one of my favorite Spielberg movies, but it's underrated. It actually has terrible reviews on Rotten Tomatoes for some reason.
Just like every movie that Disney has put out in the past decade, was a girl in one of my improv classes who was Tinkerbell at the park.
Oh.
So fucking hot, dude. Imagine how hot a chick has to be to play Tinkerbell. She was like
Back in the day.
5'1", blonde, cheerleader body. Dude. Now she's out of a fucking job.
Well, I'd be out of a job if I was Gaston at Disney with Tinkerbell's around. So.
Tinkerbell could like swim around your foreskin in the cheese.
I would bang her when she was of size, Dino. I wouldn't bang little Tinkerbell.
Was she so like blonde hair, blue eyes though?
Yes.
So there's something that for me is like I don't like when if I see a woman has blonde hair and blue eyes. I do not like that.
Is it your Jewish side? Or
I think it is. I think the blood in me tells me it's wrong.
And it's because once he had a giant black penis in front of his face, it shocked his body.
I still have it over there.
Oh my god!
Did you suck that thing, Brooks? I'm forgetting.
No.
I think that shocks.
Excuse me.
Don't worry.
I think that you lose a portion of your attraction to women once you sexually are involved with the giant black penis.
Especially when it belongs to a guy over 60 years old.
70, I think.
You are fucking
I don't even
crazy.
want to know.
That really
Well, I don't
just
know.
threw
I
us
think
for a
he
loop
was
that
probably. He looked good for his image. I'll say that.
He was on Grindr, man. I mean, got all power to him. And he got it. I mean, he had some fun that night.
He was on Grindr.
We're referring to Brooks's sexual conquest with his wife. They brought over a 70-year-old black man.
Well,
They all sucked his dick.
I know. You know, he didn't have a phone. He went to one of the free phone things that they give out outside.
You
the
are
United States.
insane, dude. You probably have something.
No,
Something life-threatening.
We didn't actually.
I don't care. And being in the room, it was probably airborne.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
to do this to you right now, Danny, but I'm going to go ahead and put a picture in your head.
Yeah,
That's the
good.
truth per se.
Yeah.
Cigar guy got his ass ate.
There it is, the stairway to Detroit for the first time. You're right there.
20 feet away from you.
Was that Saltine's room for a little bit?
No. Saltine lived in the middle room back there.
Who
That's
is-
actually in the room that the black dude happened in. Yeah.
Oh.
So-
You did make Saltine clean up all the fucking shit up there, though.
So let's go through our rooms. We have this upstairs room is beautiful, by the way. The stairway to Deetron's room. It was. I disagree with what Cigar Guy did, but I will say it was a beautiful setting for one to get his ass licked in.
Yeah, it's probably the nicest room here.
It is, and it's very. The rest of the rooms in the house are just kind of shitty, but that one has like the 1910s vibe. It feels like an old antique house, but. The other room, which is, okay, here we go again. The Gaza people are back. Oh, yeah, we're making a difference. Fucking.
Yeah, that one didn't have a chin.
Dude, what the hell? No chin at all.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That must have been a disorder.
This trying to be
in here.
There's going to be, what's hilarious to me is when people, first of all, we're going to cover this in the video, but we went to a meeting on Gaza. We're going to get back to the rooms in this house, by the way, and what crimes against God have happened in which. But a lot of the people at the meeting that we were at were wearing those Middle Eastern headscarves, the kafiyas. And the meeting was about divestment and how all these companies that the school was invested in are hurting Palestine. What's hilarious, though, is all of those kafiyas, the ones that people buy off Amazon, are made in China. And the Chinese makers of them immediately, when they saw the demand with like woke liberals, started fucking printing them up and producing them, and immediately put all of the Palestinian native kafia makers out of business.
That's hilarious.
So divest from your own fucking headwear purchasing habits.
That's really ironic.
But fucking the room that King Croc went crazy in with Kazumi.
Yeah.
Then Doc Ock lived in there, started taking fentanyl, went crazy, moved out.
He didn't go crazy. Doc Ock just wasn't able to afford rent. I got love for him, but you can't live in the house if you can't pay rent.
He was a fentanyl addict, though, right?
He was doing something.
Fentanyl, and he would drink about 20 beers a day.
Usually, it was, I don't know, actually, maybe 30, actually, yeah.
Imagine how terrible you feel. Imagine how terrible you'd feel. Sorry for undershooting that.
I guess, Danny, there's this place where you are become an alcoholic and then you just continue drinking forever, and I guess you'd feel great.
I can't fucking... I mean, if I drank 30 beers once, I would feel awful for 4 days afterwards. Maybe 5.
You have to have this missing thing in your body. I don't know what it is, but alcohol can do it.
Doc Ock, fentanyl, 30 beers a day. And then did Saltine move into that room?
Yeah.
So he moved into the King Croc. So that room's cursed. You might as well tell whoever's in there right now to pack their shit.
No, she's has a great job.
Are we using she in?
No, like born a female.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta check if the trans
Sure,
does.
yeah.
But that's the one.
Maybe only males go nuts in the room.
I think that is the case. Yeah.
Let's
She is
hope.
a biological female, so it's
So the gay demons in the house. When
I
No,
know.
Buck has been cleansing the gay demons. Honestly, it's been feeling a lot nicer here.
Bug or bucket?
Buck.
Oh, nice.
You named him.
Bug, dude. You been cleansing the gay demons?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. He says hell yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, it's crazy. I got a Dreamweaver in there for all. I've had some gay dreams, man.
Yeah. I think it's probably because you're gay.
No,
And he's been pushing it down deep inside of you. I think it's because that you tried to kill off a part of yourself that's immortal.
No. It's a choice.
Wow, you sound very right wing.
What do you think Cigar Guy's post that clarity was like?
And he's sober too. And he's so, I mean, Dr. Octopus could have done that and still felt great off the 29 and a half beers.
Yeah.